New year, new you. New year, old you. New year, stuck you. New year, F you. I don't know. Either way, if you're looking to get unstuck, this is the video for you. If you're anything like me, it's the new year. I'm a Virgo, so I'm already getting to planning and it's starting to figure out what the heck this year is going to look like. So part of this, there's been a lot of just information that I feel like I've been hearing that I'm taking as a sign from above, from the Lord, that I need to dial into. I'm of the mind that if you change your mind, you can change your life. If you change your words in your mouth, you can change your life. If you change your body, as in your positioning in terms of where you are, what you're doing, that you can change your life. You can get unstuck. So in this video, we're going to go through those particular areas and we're going to do a little teaching. So get your little notebook or your notes app, whatever it is that you use, and start writing some things down because I'm going to hit you with some facts. Let's get started. All right, so the first principle I want to talk to you about is how you change your mind and you can change your life. So this is really about mindset. I have one of my nieces who always talks about or reminds me of that delulu is the solulu. So for all of us that are 40 and up that are like, okay, girl, what you talking about? Delusion, being delusional is the solution. It's not about you living La Vida Loca and just wilding out and doing whatever it is that you're doing, unless that's actually the goal. And then you know what? I'm here for it, okay? All right, we're in this together, all good. But it's actually about having a different sort of mindset around the possibilities. Back in the day when I was young and I'm not a kid anymore, I used to get excited about the possibilities of what was to come. So for every change, every move, every new opportunity that came up, I was just excited about what were the possibilities of that could come from whatever the thing was. And then as I got older, time, life, circumstances, situations, jobs, relationships, blah, 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 you name it, start to get in the way. And as adults, all of that becomes cluttered into our minds. And I think we block our own way and our own possibilities. And then we start going through life with a closed fist when really, when we open our hand, i.e. open our mind to what could be the possibilities, i.e. the delulu, that could potentially be the solution for what we're trying to do moving forward and or getting unstuck. So if you know you're not quite living the life that you really want to live, and it's like, how do I break through these barriers? Is that let's start with mindset change. Let's operate in delulu. I remember looking at some folks on TikTok that were like, lucky girl syndrome. Same sort of thing. It's just you living in the land of possibilities, of dreaming again. Now, that might mean, okay, this is just people just throwing stuff out there just to say stuff. So let me go ahead and spit some facts to you around what neuroscience and cognitive psychology say with respects to this. So research in neuroscience shows that the brain doesn't distinguish between reality and what is imagined or what is deeply desired. So visualization, mental rehearsal, and belief activate the same neural pathways as your lived experience. That's huge. With the whole Instagram versus reality, the brain doesn't distinguish. The brain's like, oh, okay, cool. Instagram is our version of life. Fantastic. Let's go ahead and keep rolling with it because there's no delineation or no distinction between that. So why should we distinguish that? Let's start with some delulu, but let's use some science to back it up with is that the reality that our brains aren't distinguishing between the two. So why not be excited about the possibilities? Why not dream about what could be and then start to put those things in place? Because belief is a hugely powerful tool that I think a lot of times we just don't use. And we use what our eyes can see as a way to move us off track from the things that we know that we deserve and that we want and that we actually can move forward in. All right, this is Gina from the future. One thing that I wanted to mention is that one way that also helps me to visualize and get my mindset right around the possibilities is that I will drive around to neighborhoods to see what houses, neighborhoods, areas that I would love to live in or purchase in, or style of houses that I love, that helps to get me into the mindset of what are the possibilities. So it is exposure to what could be. So even though it may not be my house now, or it might not be whatever the thing is that I'm desiring right now, it doesn't mean that I can't be. Okay, so change your mind. Change your life starts here. So no operating with a closed fist. Go ahead and open that hand of possibilities for what's to come. So get into your state of delulu. Come on, lucky girl. Now, the second thing that I would say that you probably need to do is change the words that are coming out of your mouth. There's a scripture that talks about how we are ensnared by the words of our mouth. The reason why we need to check what is coming out of our mouth is that what is coming out of here is coming out of our head and our heart knowledge. So what is it that we're saying that we are refeeding back into our own mind? I am a firm believer that our words are like seeds to be sown. And so whatever you are speaking out, they are landing someplace, and they're landing through your two ears and back into your mind. So if you're constantly speaking things that are contrary to what you really want and what you desire, you got to keep in mind and not be surprised if you see it manifesting in your life, because if you haven't changed what's coming out of your mouth, then you're not going to change what you see in your life. And so the whole aspect of being unstuck starts with mindset, and then also changing the words in which you're speaking. There's also an old proverb that talks about how there is life and death in the power of your tongue. I mean, have you ever been around folks that all they do is speak negativity, and it's just like, you just feel so drained when you leave them? Don't be that person. While also at the same time, it's that person who is always speaking positive, speaking life, speaking energy. So I appreciate one of my nieces had sent me a text of like, I'm sending positive energy and love. And I'm like, I receive it, I receive it, I receive it. Got it. I'm going to catch that because it is life-giving. And so even the written word is also life-giving. So thinking about what it is that you are putting out into the world, because are you ensnared by the words of your mouth? And that's why your life is reflective of that. So check your mind. Check your words. You're going to see a whole new life. So let's get it. So the third thing that I would say is change your positioning. So I don't necessarily mean your job, role, position, unless it does mean that for you. And if it does, by all means, get to getting, because the reality is that when we change our body, our position, where we are, so kind of like the physicality of how we're operating is switching that up, is that it changes the energy and moves things around. And what I mean by this specifically is for anybody that has done a purge, or you've decluttered or rearranged your space in any way, is that like in Eastern medicine, it's mixing up the chi, right? It's allowing for new energy to come through. It's also allowing for clarity, to remove disruptions that might have been there. So there's a guy I follow on Instagram. His name is Case Kennedy, and he posts these quotes. And one quote that I really appreciated, he said, I have a theory that when you suddenly want to cut your hair, rearrange your place, or get rid of half your closet, it's your soul preparing you for a new era and needs the old energy cleared out first. Oh, whoa! Come on now. That is very much so it. There's a quote by Coco Chanel that says, when a woman cuts her hair, she's getting ready to change her life. And when I tell you, this rings so true for me. Back in 2020, I literally cut all my hair off. And from that is that I ended up quitting a partnership with two other guys and then moving forward in my primary business full force again. And it opened up literally the windows of heaven, and more contracts came. It wasn't just like it was a magical thing, but again, when you start mixing up your space, your routines, you remove things out of your life, whether again, it's decluttering or things that you just are no longer using anymore, or just rearranging some furniture. It's those things that begin the momentum of energy that's being built to usher in new and better things for you. And I'm saying this again from a place of like, this has literally been the process that I've been going through from December to now. So for the last really kind of, I would say like 5 weeks, there's been a lot of like movement going on in all the best possible ways. And change and movement is scary. But at the point at which you know that you're desiring to be unstuck, movement ain't no thing. So it really is that we need to be moving and growing and developing more. So if you ever needed a sign, let this be it. It's time to change your mindset. It's time to change the words that might be coming out of your mouth. And it might be to change your positioning and create some movement, momentum, get that chi flowing and whatnot, because it probably is God, the universe, that's saying, okay, the old way is not the best way, and it's time to mix things up to usher in the new, the possibilities, and the greatness that is intended for you to have. So let's get unstuck. Change your mind, change your words, change your positioning. Let's get to going. See you in the next video. Don't forget to like and subscribe and comment down below what and how you're going to make a change.